Thank you very much for joining us again today. We're here in Ojai, California at the Krishnamurti Center. I'm gonna ask Michael Cronin, who some of you might know from the book 1000 Lunches, to read out a poem. And then we have a little piano music, a few minutes quiet, and then I will give a little overview about what the KFA has been doing and what it's planning. So, Michael?
Thank you, Jaap. And thank all the good people here of the foundation and from outside who came to join us here for this extraordinary event, which is once a year, celebrating Krishnamurti's talks that he gave. And I'm sure that all the viewers have heard and are interested in Krishnamurti. And there's one thing that I think often is not sufficiently emphasized, because we listen to his talks and we discuss certain points that he makes, fear and quiet meditation and so on. And these are all very important points. But the one thing that I like to often emphasize is that Krishnamurti was a rare environmentalist. He was a philosopher, in quotes, of the environment. He loved the earth. He loved nature. He urged us to preserve the earth and have a relationship to it. Anyways, that's just to introduce this next poem of mine that I wrote a while ago. And it's on that topic, and it's called Earth, Beloved. Earth, beloved, whose voice can truly sing you? Whose voice, vast like the wind, can praise you enough? Maybe Orpheus, or maybe the blind Greek, or perhaps of our recent immortals, a troubadour, or an alchemist of sound who makes the stones hum, so that the ore at their deaf center blossoms into garnets and fruits of sparkling crystal. You touch us deeply where it counts, at the wordless core of our being where you dwell. We are the human race who strut about on your face, counting all in sight as ours, defining, naming, and explaining everything beneath the sun and beyond. Through foolish pride of worldwide ownership, we obscure the source of it all. But at rare times, your loveliness reminds us of a beauty beyond measure, of a vastness without name. You are a sapphire and white pearl floating in star-bright emptiness. You are home, and you are all that we are, source of our dreams and awakenings. Earth, beloved. Thank you.
So, welcome again. Carolina played a short piece of Bach. We will post online exactly the name. She told me, but it was a bit complicated to remember. So I have about 15 minutes, and I would like to just say a few things what the foundation has been doing this last year, and also what the plans are, because there's quite a bit. I feel exciting things happening and planned for coming year, but also in the coming years after. And I think all of you who are interested in all this, are interested in Krishnamurti, are interested in the centers, are interested in the schools, you might want to know just what we're doing and what the Board of Trustees of the Krishnamurti Foundation have decided as the direction to go. But first and foremost, I would like to thank all the thousands of donors who are supporting what we're doing. And it's only because of your support that we can do all this. It's because, and especially all the people who donate just $10, $15, $20, we have seen quite an increase of those kind of donors over the last 2-3 years. And in such an amount that they really significantly contribute to our organization. So thank you on behalf of the whole organization for showing your support for our work and for the directions that we've taken. So the first thing, as you know, and I've said yesterday a few words about it, the essence of the Krishnamurti Foundation is dissemination and preservation. So I first want to say a few things. So what is the direction there? Dissemination is making the word known. And somehow, as from a Krishnamurti perspective, it doesn't mean converting people. We're not proselytizing. We're not trying to convey what Krishnamurti said and that it's the best. That will be completely out of order. But we do want to make sure that people who might be interested in this can find him. So that's really important for us. So we want to make sure that the seeds are spread, and if the seeds become plants, if they sprout, that's not up to us. We just make sure it's available. Of course, we continue with books. Books is still, despite the fact that you can see a decline or an increase in internet use, you see that books are still going strong. And I see more and more of these kind of news, also from England recently, how quite a significant upsurge during this COVID period on people reading books. And we see it in the United States also. Books are not gone. Of course, e-books are also becoming important, and audiobooks are becoming important. But we're going to continue with the traditional, as what we call the traditional dissemination. But then the Krishnamurti Foundation has really embarked on a huge project and has put aside a significant amount of resources for the coming year and the year after to make sure that we strengthen our efforts on social media, that we strengthen our efforts online to make known what we're doing, because that's the place where most people go. And then we added a component. So our interest, the focus of our interest in all this will be new people. So our efforts will be about 75% related to new people and 25% to existing audiences as far as our dissemination efforts. And for new audiences, of course, you have to be at the new medium. And we have people in our organization, very capable people, who work with all the modern, I'm not using it, but it's like TikTok, Instagram, all the places where people are nowadays where most of the activity is. So I just want you to know that the foundation is really putting a significant pointed effort towards that. Also, if you're new and you might just stumbled upon Krishnamurti recently, and you might not really know all the things that are happening, we have made, together with our sister organization in England and India and Spain, most of the works of Krishnamurti for free online. The video, audio on YouTube, and the text on a website called krishnamurti.org. It's called the official Krishnamurti website. And we're maintaining that. We're still increasing material, and it's all for free because that's what we're doing. We're a charity, we're a non-profit, and our efforts are to serve our audiences. Also, an interesting and more a timely, effort of dissemination is called the immeasurable.org, which is shorter videos specifically with on particular topics that are relevant and more catered towards younger audiences. So if you're young yourself, or if you want to share it with people who are young, the immeasurable is really a good way of introducing people into the specific contributions that Krishnamurti is making towards these the modern issues, the issues of modern times. And we're in the background also trying new things. We're experimenting with something called a portal, and it's quite a complicated project, but hang in there. At a certain point, if you sign up for our newsletter, and you will find more information on that. As far as preservation, we're going to expand the digitization efforts and make sure that there are more than one repository. So the overall mission of the foundation is to make sure that Krishnamurti is preserved in the coming few hundred years. That means, of course, we have extensive archives. We have everything digitized here, and we have distributed all our material over 3 continents. So we have already somewhat robust, but we're expanding that, and we're working together with the Californian State Libraries in Sacramento. And they have posted some of the film archives on their archive.org website. And the series that you saw, the Santa Monica series of 1970, which was just played before we came on, has been posted there. They digitized it at very high quality, beautiful, much more beautiful than we saw here because that was on YouTube, and it's preserved there. So again, another place where we have stored the material. And we will continue, especially with making sure that the Krishnamurti material is stored on durable material, not only digital material. So we will continue with projects like microfilm, and there are more modern ways of storing material that are not digital and are not on a medium that is deteriorating, because hard disks, CDs, whatever tapes, they're all deteriorating. So we need long-term media. Now, so that's our existing efforts and what we're doing. But there's more good news, interesting news. Some of you might already be familiar with the center here in Ojai. You might be familiar that there are several centers all over the world. There are several in India. There's one in England also. So there are centers, but in America there's only one center up until now. And we're about to open a new center in Occidental, which is in the Bay Area. And the building is already there. Is a close friend of the foundation, James Lee Dixon, passed away last year, and he left his estate to the Krishnamurti Foundation specifically for the purposes of creating a center in that place. And during this COVID period, we have been working hard to get that place ready for dialogues. It's not so much a place where you can stay, but it's a place where dialogues will be kept. It is absolutely gorgeous, and the gardens are actually exceptional, and the place is built in a way, and I'm not going to give away too much because in September we hope to open it. It's built in a way that it's very conducive to dialogues and meditation and spaciously hang out. So follow our newsletters and in September we will have hopefully COVID has subsided far enough that there will be an in-person meeting there. If not, there will be definitely an online launch of the center in Occidental in September. Then another interesting aspect that I would like to mention, because it's again related to the center, is that we are hoping that the center here is going to expand also. As you know, in Ojai, we have a center, the library, the former home of Krishnamurti, where people come, they read books, we have dialogues here, they join programs, and we have a retreat where we have about 6 rooms, so people come, they stay with us for a week, and they are just by themselves quietly, or they engage in dialogues. But we're having a residential student program or a scholar program. And until now, it was about 4 students that we were able to have on campus. But we're intending to expand that program with about 18 students. So there will be about 18 students or scholars on campus. And it all depends on our how the county is approving our pending application. It's already progressed quite well. But we hope that within a few years we will have significantly increased the amount of people being here on campus, really with a focus on studying Krishnamurti's teachings. And I hope that that's something you're interested in and you're willing to come here and join. Another significant thing to mention, and there's only a few minutes left, so I have to keep it short. We have, of course, due to COVID, this center has been closed. This is the first time that we maybe have about 10, 12 people here in the room, because we're all vaccinated and we all do testing, and the restrictions in California are slowly, in our county are slowly reducing. But it has been extremely quiet here. But this quietness has actually led to something very positive. Our online presence, our online programs have almost taken over, and we have more people participating online in week-long programs, in seminars, in online courses than we ever had in our on-site programs. So the COVID period, despite all its challenges and despite all its stress that it has caused for many, actually has for the foundation been a transformative period, because we have improved our technology, we improved with working with people who are helping us out, facilitating programs online from completely different places. It has wiped away the barrier of distance. So our center is becoming more and more global in that space. So when we opened for in-person meetings again, which we hope in September, or maybe even sooner, we have doubled our capacity as far as programs, which is of course a fantastic thing to happen. Also, maybe one thing is a focus that we're having is, as some of you know, we also have specific groups coming here in different languages. We have a Chinese language group that comes here every year and dialogues here for a week or over a week. And we're planning to do more for the Spanish-speaking population. And maybe you know, but almost half of the population in California is Spanish-speaking. And so far our website is still only in English, and we don't even sell Spanish books. But that's, of course, the place where we need to be. We need to cater to the audiences that are right around us. So that's another focus for the foundation, to make sure that we cater to the audiences around us. And then a note, we are always, from time to time, we are looking for people to help us as volunteers, in different capacity, being it IT, being it film editing, being it facilitating dialogues, being it various things. If you're interested in volunteering for the foundation, if you're even from a distance, if you have a skill that you think could be useful, let us know. Sign up online. There are forms online to contact us. And we would love to work with many of you to help us support the work. It's a great way to get involved and to be part of our community. Also, from time to time, we have job opportunities here. And we can, if you, in the future, at a certain point, think about coming and living in Ojai and work here, let us know. We can put you on a list, and whenever something becomes available, we can contact you. We are especially looking for people with an interest in the teachings and having a particular skill. What doesn't work, and I just want to be frank and fair, if you think you're enlightened or you think you want to teach others, that doesn't work. But if you have a sincere interest and have a sincere interest in exploring with us, if you have that questioning mind and you doubt about it, join a group of doubters, because that's what we are, a group of people who are questioning. That's what we want to have built here, and that's what we want to create here. The next program will be David Moody, and he will be introduced by Karen in a few minutes. And I wish you really a lovely day. I will see you back at the end of the day. And and this is the sign that my time is up. Thank you.